Gentlemen, my name is Sir Richard Chops, and this is the Keyboard Destruction Series, a series where I review the most legitimate actresses on the planet. For your fapping pleasure, of course. Let's get started. Today's actress, Mia Rose. Her stats are as follows. She is 24 years old, she stands 5'3", weighs roughly 110 pounds, and her measurements are 34, 25, 34, and she is American. Now everyone knows that there's only 7 parts to a legitimate actress, and intelligence isn't one of them. Let's take a quick look at the boner scale to see how they stack up. 1 being the lowest, 5 being the highest. Hair, lush enough to grab onto, more on this later, 5 boners. Face, let's get a plastic surgeon on this stat, 2 boners. Chest, what chest? 1 boner for having nipples. Body, super thin and flexible, but I can see the rib cage, damn it, 4 boners. Vagina, looks clean, and thankfully it's not falling out yet. 5 boners. Butt. It's amazing how a girl this small has such a magnificent hiney, though I wouldn't call it one of the best. 4 boners. Legs. Nothing special here, she's capable of spreading them, and she doesn't have any knobby knees, so that's worth 3 boners. First pro, right off the bat, like I said earlier, she has great hair. The kind of hair that you can use like horse reins. My philosophy has always been to treat a lady like a gentleman and a professional would. And the only way to do that, of course, is to pull the hair from behind in doggy style position as though you're Paul Revere on his brown mare during his midnight ride. Long hair has always been a major plus in my book, not because it's fashionable or stylish or anything like that, but mostly because you can use it as a safeguard from stumbling over. Next pro, she has a tramp stamp, or as I like to call it, a slut seal. Listen, I know there's a stereotype going around that women with tramp stamps are slutty, promiscuous, they like to have a lot of sex, all this other stuff. But let me tell you, gentlemen, I conducted an extensive study where I asked 3 women about their tramp stamps, and they all confirmed my theory, thereby proving it's legit. Gentlemen, a tramp stamp is like a Denny's billboard on the interstate. Lets you know they're open 24 hours a day, but once you're done eating, you gotta get back on the road. And I'll tell you what, I fucking love Denny's. Last pro, she's a professional knob polisher. This girl serves more head than a guillotine during the Reign of Terror. She brings new meaning to the term jaw-jacking. The only time you can appreciate her eyes is when she's staring upwards. The best part, she's a double fister. See now, while most girls only use one hand, Mia goes the extra inch and she uses all 10 digits like she's dialing a phone number. Next up, we move on to the cons. First con, she looks like she got smacked in the face with the door made out of the wood of the ugly. Holy crap. Seriously, her eyes are her best feature and her face looks like a bruised papaya. I think it's fair to assume that she hammers nails with her face. Stop that. Keep throwing some more makeup on her. Second con, she's built like a piece of plywood. Fapping to Mia is kind of like dry humping lumber at Home Depot. That's not the kind of wood I want to think about when I'm thinking about a legitimate actress. Let me tell you something, bulimia, that's not a real diet. If you can climb a lady's vertebrae like ladder rungs, then she might be too skinny. If when she's wearing clothing, it looks like it's draped over a clothes hanger, she might need a couple sandwiches, ham preferably. Last con, she used to, or probably still plays, I haven't confirmed it yet, she used to play World of Warcraft. Now, Lord knows I was addicted to that drug as well, but I'm gonna tell you this, gentlemen, as a legitimate actress, playing anything that takes 12 hours per session, I mean, that's time away from making more legitimate films. That's no good. We all know that World of Warcraft ends marriages and ruins lives. We all know that most people only take 1 break during World of Warcraft sessions so they can go heat up their hot pockets or drop a deuce in a pail. She only has 96 official titles under her belt. She needs to stop playing World of Warcraft or whatever and get back on it. The only mount I want to see her riding is another dude. Final KDR, I'm giving her a 6 because she's a decent enough performer, but she kind of suffers in the looks department and she needs to up her calorie intake by like 3,000. Anyway, gentlemen, if you enjoyed this episode, consider leaving a like or favorite. Let me know who you would like to see on the series, and I'll try to get that out to you next week. Also, check out the last episode somewhere here. Magic fingers. Thank you for watching, and remember this, fapping. If it's good enough for a monkey, it's damn good enough for me. Trust me, gentlemen, I'm a professional.